Pokemon Masters, Birdkeeper Toby here, and who exactly is Birdkeeper Toby? Right, so he's a Pokemon YouTuber, I guess. Is he like a game reviewer, a games journalist on the internet? Is he like a fake Pokemon internet scientist person? Is he just one of these like paid internet shills for Pokemon? That's what this is about, isn't it? Who is Birdkeeper Toby? What does that mean to anyone on the internet? And this is the question that I've been facing myself lately. As many of you might know, I've been on a little bit of a break recently, just kind of creatively working out what's this about. I've been doing it for 4.5 years non-stop. What the heck is Birdkeeper Toby? And I guess, primarily, I've always thought of myself as a Pokemon fan. That's what I am, that's why I started this channel, and that's what I still am today. Even with the newer games, there's a lot to love, but also I cannot be stolen of my nostalgic experiences when I was younger. I am a Pokemon fan through and through. So I thought for this video, for my kind of video back as I re-welcome myself to the channel and welcome you to me, the thing to do would be to cover like 100 things. There must be 100 things at least in the world of Pokemon that I love. And then I thought, well, no, it's gotta be 151 things because obviously that's the important Pokemon number. And I challenge you in the comments, you don't have to do 151, but maybe do a 10th of that. Do 15. 15 things you love about Pokemon, past, present, whatever. 15 things that gets you excited, 15 reasons why you might be here on this video, because my assumption is you're a Pokemon fan too. And so here we go, in no particular order, just the order that I thought of them and wrote them in, 151 things that I love about Pokemon and the world of Pokemon. Here I go. Number 1, Shadow Pokemon. I'm not going to go into each and everything here in detail, there's 151 points, but I've been replaying Gale of Darkness lately, and whether it's this, or Dark Pokemon in the TCG, or Shadow Mewtwo from Pokken, or the 4th Pokemon movie where there's like a Shadow Tyranitar and a Dark Celebi, Shadow Pokemon are such a cool concept. Taking a Pokemon, closing off the door to its heart, making it evil, and you have to save those Pokemon by snagging them from evil trainers. I love it. I love it, and yeah, Shadow Pokemon need to make a return in the franchise. Number 2, the classic Ken Sugimori art style. I love the way that they really look like creatures that have been caught in the field and kind of sketched out. It really helps with that level of immersion, and I love looking at this old artwork. Number 3, Rowan's theme. Listen. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. It's a beautiful bit of music. Number 4, at the end of Pokemon Black and White 2, depending on the version you're playing, there is an obtainable shiny Gible or shiny Dratini as a guaranteed gift for completing the post-game White Tree Hollow or Black Tower. I think that's really cool, and they're like some of my favorite Pokemon to kind of get hold of because it's like a real completionist thing. I don't know, I just like it. Number 5, the cry of a Stuffle. Just makes me happy. Number 6, my lovely girlfriend Phoebe can attest to this. I will spend hours, I love just staring at Pokemon cards, going through my collection and just kind of looking at the refractions of light on a holographic card, or remembering where I picked a certain card up or what I traded it for, or whether I got a really good deal for it. Looking at Pokemon cards is such a big thing for me. I'm kind of like, I get it from my mum. She'll sit there and look at all her jewelry pieces, and for me it's the same thing with Pokemon cards. I'm gonna stop counting off the numbers verbally. There'll be a little counter up here. So, something about Pokemon I love when you finally reel in a Feebas on Route 119 in Hoenn. For those of you who don't remember the original way to get Feebas, it was hard. There was only 6 randomized tiles on the whole of Route 119 that would have Feebas on them. You had to spend a little bit of time on each tile, reeling one in. Maybe you remember, but catching a Feebas like that when you finally get one, is one of the most satisfying things in Pokemon. Pokemon following you in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they got it perfect, and the Pokemon is always there. It's to scale and it's beautiful, and there's something so immersive about that experience. I love when you're going through a region and you clear out a route of trainers. It's just the way I tend to play Pokemon now. I remember as a kid I want to avoid as many trainer battles as possible because I just want to get to the next gym, get to the next point. It's no longer like that. Nowadays I like clearing out a route and going, yeah, I'm the best trainer on the block, and then moving on to the next one. I love the way that they introduced Meltan into the game, into Pokemon Go, where they just dropped it into the game on a community day, on the Chikorita community day. They just went, here's a new Pokemon. And everyone's sitting there going, is it related to Ditto? What is this about? Is this a next-gen Pokemon? It was a beautiful reveal. I love Snom's dumb little face. Look at it. its stupid little Zoidberg face is so great. I'm in awe every time I get to the end of the Sinnoh League, and there is Cynthia, the best champion in the whole game with the most fantastic music. Her power and her essence about her is legendary, and the team she uses is a real force to be reckoned with. I love the sound Golisopod makes in the anime. Great. I love the various tellings of the legend of the Burnt Tower of the Johto region and the legendary beasts and their origins, the speculations, the theories about them with the evolutions, the presentation of it in Pokemon Origins, Generations rather. There's so much there to love. And also in Johto, I love Shining Noctowl. It's made Noctowl one of my favorite Pokemon, and I think it's just that first appearance in the TV show where you're like, Ash has a differently colored Noctowl, like what's that about? Exciting, and it's made Noctowl one of my favorite shinies. It's really cool when you're playing the Generation 3 games and you're discovering double battle tactics for the first time, or it doesn't have to be the Generation 3 games, but just when you discover those strategies and combinations that work together. As I mentioned earlier, I'm playing Gale of Darkness at the moment. You put out Desclops and Claydol at the beginning of the team. Desclops uses Helping Hand to boost Claydol's self-destruct, which is a normal move, which doesn't affect your Desclops, but you just instantly KO the first 2 Pokemon on the opponent's Pokemon team. It's great. And actually, in general, I love dumb, jank Pokemon strategies. I've got this Hawlucha, which it holds a Power Herb, and it has the ability Unburden, and it has the attack Sky Attack and Acrobatics. And the effects of these moves and these items and the ability, they all blend together in such a nice way. And if you've never used the Hawlucha before, look it up. There's some really jank stuff in there that you can do with one. I love Pokemon theories. Your community, you did so good. You reeled me in and made me want to make videos about Pokemon theories. There's just some wild stuff out there, and I'm proud of you all for coming up with stuff. I love that the first time I played Pokemon Yellow, it was in Spanish, and even though I don't speak Spanish, I don't understand it, I could still understand the game because it was Pokemon. And, you know, I'd seen the TV show and I played the cards, so I get how it works. I love the To Be a Master soundtrack. I'm not only nostalgic for it, but I'm pretty sure Together Forever is going to be played at my wedding one day. Yeah, probably. Sure, there'll be a divorce soon after if that's the case, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. I love my own Pokemon theories. I love my own theory about Shadow Pokemon. I got this one that combines the movie and Gale of Darkness, and it adds in the Pokemon Chronicles special. There's so many things that it ties together. It's the most ridiculous theory ever, and it is one of my favorites because it's so ridiculous. I love that for Christmas, I went shiny hunting for a Sobble from my girlfriend Phoebe as a gift, and she had been secretly shiny hunting an Applin for me, and so we traded, and we've got them both as like gifts for each other. I love the Sprout Tower. There's a tower in Johto all about Bellsprout. That's cool. Why? That's so cool. I do wish you could have explored it more though. I think that would have been nice. There's this line in the first Pokemon movie where the dust cloud separates and Ash Ketchum walks out with a bunch of Pokemon and says, "You can't do this, Mew." Ooh, why did I say it like that? You can't do this. I won't let you. Love it. Mwah. Love it. Ash, yes. I love the GS ball, like the mystery there. I do hope they bring it back into the main series of games, and I love that they make it accessible to you in the Virtual Console version of Pokemon Crystal. The GS ball is so cool. And speaking of some of the newer games, wasn't it cool that they had Luzamine combined with Nihilego at the end of Sun and Moon? That was brave and wacky and like a total risk on Pokemon's part. Thank you for taking that risk, Pokemon. I like it. I like it a lot. Do more stuff like that. I like that there was a demo for Pokemon Sun and Moon and a demo for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and that you could get Pokemon from those demos and transfer them to the main game. Specifically with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, I remember checking in with a demo every day because rumor had it after so many days new stuff would appear. But I think in the end you just got like a nugget or something. I really like how just tangled and explorative the Isle of Armor is. Like when you're first there and you first go into the Forest of Focus and you're like, oh, there's mountains over there and caves over there and a little desert patch over there and the beaches back there, and you're kind of like walking around and just everything blends into everything. It's an organic Pokemon world that I want to see more of. And I gotta say, I was mentioning earlier Pokemon movies, the 20th Pokemon movie, not a fan of the movie itself, but the art style, the animation is so crisp and gorgeous. I'm a big fan. There's a certain enjoyment that I get out of finding new and unique ways to beat Brock in Pokemon Yellow. Not only am I nostalgic for his sprite art, but also I just really love, like, you know, okay, you can go the Butterfree route, you can go the Nidoran route, you can go the Mankey route. Maybe you just level up Pikachu to a ridiculous level. It's fun. I've got to show you. So I've got this Espeon card somewhere, right? You know what? I don't think the camera's gonna pick it up. I'll put some pictures on screen. I've got this Espeon, and depending on where the light hits the card, the holo actually bleeds onto the rest of the card, and you can see like the holographic pattern on the main bit of the card where it shouldn't be. It's a misprint, and it's such a gorgeous card. And brother, my brother, did I love the music of the first Pokemon movie. And I can't forget, I love Detective Pikachu, specifically the models in Detective Pikachu, because yeah, I know they kind of scare some people. Again, it's a risk, and I think it's a fantastic risk. Well taken, and these models look great. I want to see more Pokemon in this style. The sprites of Pokemon Yellow in general are just really nostalgic to me, particularly Snorlax, Charizard, Dragonite. Blastoise looks so different. Blastoise now, I think nowadays as a 3D model, looks kind of chunky, but the Blastoise of Pokemon Yellow look like this action, ready to go super Pokemon, and I think it's really cool. And speaking of sprites, the first time you see them move in Pokemon Crystal, it's like magic to me, and even now I get excited seeing the sprites animated in those games. There's a really great experience for playing Pokemon, which is when you play it for the first time and you're playing like Pokemon Black version and you're with a friend and they're playing Pokemon White version and you just kind of run it at the same time, each with a different starter, maybe battling from time to time. That's an amazing experience I love. Oh, and I really like this card called Welder. If you're a competitive Pokemon player, I'm sorry, but this is actually the card that got me back into the game because it's so straightforward and easy to understand. So, yeah. Sorry. I love Team Rocket. They're simple thugs, although I gotta hand it to Team Aqua and Magma. Absolutely ridiculous too. And what I really want, I really have got to do, I really want, and I love the idea of getting a Munchlax from a honey tree in Sinnoh, because your chances are like 1% of the honey trees will have it, and then it's like 1% of encounter. It's some stupid low number that makes that Munchlax really rare. I loved the whole Silver Conference arc in the Pokemon animated TV shows where Ash finally battles Gary and wins in this just epic battle, and then he goes on to like the semi-finals or top 8s and he battles Harrison with the Blaziken, and it's a new Pokemon, and everything about that arc is exciting. And actually, speaking of the animated series, how iconic Ash's Lapras felt in the Orange Islands. It was just like this core part of his team, and it was so sad to kind of see it go at the end of that arc, because I really felt like that was one of Ash's Pokemon. I mean, it was. I don't know what I mean. It felt like it was, and it should have stayed in his team. I love the Ruins of Alph. I think mysteries in the world of Pokemon are cool and needed, and they can be open-ended and open to interpretation. Plus, the unknown in general are just really cool. Just a big fan of the things that are unknown. In Diamond and Pearl, they give what I think is one of the best and most pointless rewards for completing the Pokedex, which is you can get hold of like the black trainer card with all of the stars, and it's like a really cool thing to show off. I mean, I don't know who you're showing off to, but it feels cool to show off. And that's in Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. And actually, I just love Pokemon Platinum. I think it's possibly my favorite Pokemon adventure. So very excited for the inevitable Diamond and Pearl remakes. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm doing that every time I mention it now. It's just getting ridiculous. The opening videos for Generation 2 and Generation 3, like the and just all that stuff, it's really cool in both of those generations. They're probably my favorite ones. I love the way that Black and White 2 evolved the Unova region from a boring little circuit to like this web, this maze, this immersive Pokemon world. Black and White 2 were really good with that. And I like playing Pokemon competitively as a card game. I'm not particularly good at it, but that idea of like outthinking and dealing with the resources that they have versus the resources that you have, and it's Pokemon at the face of it, I just like it. And I love listening to Braxton Burks' renditions of basically every Pokemon region, but in particular, the Johto and Sinnoh albums are just gorgeous. Braxton, you are a genius. And also, I love the artwork for Pokemon Let's Go. All of the promotional stuff, I just thought that like cutesy artwork was really cool and really suited Pokemon in a way that I actually don't think it necessarily translated perfectly into the game, but the artwork itself is really gorgeous. And speaking of Let's Go, I liked seeing shiny Pokemon in the overworld. I don't know why that's gone. That needs to come back. I love opening packs with incredibly rare cards like I did with that Charizard. Oh, that was a magical moment. And I really love Mega Evolution. I think it's better than Gigantamaxing, and I think Gigantamax Pokemon and Mega Evolution will one day be consolidated into the same thing. I'll make a video about that at some point. I love, and this is the one thing that I'll say that Gold and Silver did better than Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I love that Ho-Oh and Lugia are unnecessary encounters and that you don't need to fight them to complete your journey. They're the box legends, so you know they're special, you learn about them through whispers of NPCs, and I think it just makes those fights even more magical when you do stumble across them at the end of these massive dungeons, the Whirl Islands or the Tin Tower. I think Ho-Oh and Lugia in this sense are much better in Gold and Silver than they are in the remakes. I also really liked the concept of Ultra Megalopolis. I won't lie, I hate that it's just a single corridor, but I like the fact that you visit, and I would like to see more in a future game at some point. And I gotta give it props to the Ultra Necrozma battle at the end. I love that too. Ultra Necrozma is a fantastic final boss battle that is actually very, very difficult. I really like battling in the VGC as well. Again, I'm not a particularly competent player, but when you win a battle and it comes in clutch, I recently did a video with Dobbs on Dobbs Gaming, and we just did this kind of like, we had 30 minutes to build the team from scratch and then battle each other, and it was so much fun, just so much back and forth and kind of countering each other's moves and working out, you know, what are they gonna do? It's a lot of fun behind that. I love looking through other people's Pokemon card collections, looking through a binder, seeing why they grouped certain cards together. Did they group their favorite Pokemon cards together? Did they group Pokemon of the same type together? What's the story there? When did they start collecting and stop collecting? You can tell so much just by looking through someone's binder that they haven't picked up in a while. It makes me very, very happy. And I love that feeling when you finally complete the Pokedex. I love the Pokemon manga. I love the way that it depicts the Pokemon world a little bit more graphically. Mind the pun. It's just that Arbok getting sliced up by Charmeleon is wicked. Alright, we still got like 90 to go, so I'm gonna start quick firing. I love Pokemon Origins. I love Pokemon Generations. I love Team Rainbow Rocket. I mean, what a cool idea. I love that in Pokemon Let's Go, Oak's notebook from the 4th movie is an Easter egg inside of his lab because it shows that Pokemon care about their history. In fact, I just love Professor Oak in general. This character has so much weird lore behind him. Like, he knows Kurt, and he knows Professor Ivy and Mr. Pokemon. He trained Professor Elm, he trained under Professor Rowan, he has a weird relationship with Agatha. What is going on? There's so much about this character to love. The Darkrai, Shaymin, and Arceus events from Generation 4, I think they are the absolute pinnacle of legendary and mythical Pokemon events, although they also did them very good in Gen 5. And all of the Sinnoh starters. I love every Pokemon in each of their evolutionary lines, and I find them so hard to choose between. I think I prefer Turtwig a little bit more, but they are the best set of starters, in my opinion. I love when I'm playing a new Pokemon game for the first time, and not even really for the first time, and as a kid I would kind of imagine every time I'd go to sleep and finally turn off the console after a day of playing, and you know, I've got to the next gym, and I'd imagine me falling asleep with my team around me as if I was on a Pokemon journey, and yeah, I still kind of do that a little bit. Just kind of count them out in my head and imagine like, oh yeah, I'm on a Pokemon journey and my Pokemon are with me. Is that sad? Is that lame? I'm making a Pokemon YouTube channel. This is what it's about. And speaking of which, I love that, yeah, I've had the opportunity to work with Pokemon in so many different formats, which obviously always have, you know, hashtag ad, and I always declare that stuff, but just the other stuff, the fact that they see me as part of their Pokemon family, and sometimes they'll send out little gifts, or they'll invite me on cool experiences, like playing Let's Go early, which was just, I mean, that was amazing. It's the most popular video on the channel now, is me getting to play it early. Pokemon, thank you for considering me part of your family, because I've loved what you've been doing since I was yay big, and I'm still thoroughly enjoying myself. And speaking of when I was yay big, I liked that in my first ever Pokemon adventure in Pokemon Yellow, I put my Pikachu in the PC and traded it out for a Drowsy. And I guess I didn't fully understand the games because I thought I had released Pikachu forever, but it was just in the PC. It was very mad with me when it got out. I love the time that I evolved my Totodile into a high-level Croconaw, nearly Feraligatr, before the first Pokemon gym in Johto, because I thought the trainers that were battling on the first route would just move. But they didn't. They didn't just move. I had to go back to Elm's lab, but I didn't know that because I just button bashed through the text as a kid. And speaking of Johto, we like to pretend we're all really scared of it, but actually I love Whitney's Miltank. It's every time I battle it, I get excited for it. Okay, I'm a little bit scared. I love Porygon's Pokedex entries and how, like, specifically you can find it in the 8th Foundation, and that ties into, like, gives it new life as an old Pokemon in newer games. I just think that's really cool. And I love... Mirabee. He's just fantastic. I love that in Pokemon Ranger, there's one Manaphy egg that you can get per copy of the game, making it a finite Pokemon that's like rare and it's going technically extinct with every copy of the game that gets used up. And Twitch Plays Pokemon. We gotta talk about Twitch Plays Pokemon. I mean, what a phenomenon that was. That was while I was at university. I actually caught the end of it and like the end of the first generation, and I thought just how fantastic that was as a community event. I love cool Pokemon card sets. I really like Hidden Fates, I really like Shining Legends, but actually I think EX Ruby and Sapphire, that's the one I'm nostalgic for. And I love how every time I finish a copy of Ruby or Sapphire on the Game Boy Advance, I have to hook it up to my GameCube to get a Jirachi from the copy of Pokemon Channel that I have. Even though I have no use for the Jirachi, I have to do it every time I finish. And of course, how can I not mention Pokemon Tazos? They're in the other room, otherwise I'd go get them, so here's an image instead. I love Pokemon Tazos. At school, those things were like currency. I love the music of Pokemon Colosseum and Gale of Darkness, and just the general battle music feels incredibly hyped up and like you're building up to something important. I love that in Hoenn, when you finish kind of like the first half of the region, before you get Surf, you can really clear it out route by route, and you feel like, yeah, I've done everything. And then you unlock Surf, and you're like, oh, and there's the rest of the game just opened up. I don't know, maybe that's just me that gets that. I love the idea of Quagsire. What do you want me to say? Why am I even trying to defend? Like, why am I feeling weird about it? I like Quagsire. I remember spending absolutely hours on the Pokemon Dream World PC game, depositing my Pokemon at night, playing some mini games, staying up late, and I was particularly trying to get a Durant that had the Truant ability for a really jank Pokemon strategy, but yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that. I realized I'm slowing down again, so here we go, some quick fires. The Sky Pillar in Hoenn, the Battle Frontier in Hoenn, the Eon Ticket from Hoenn. I actually have one still kind of like attached to the cardboard. I'm very happy with it. I love the Pokemon Chronicles episodes and Crystal Onyx, which should be a regional variant, and the regional legendary birds. Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno look fantastic in Galar. I can't wait as a bird keeper. Can't wait to get after them. The character and personality behind Charizard in the animated series, and the pink Butterfree, and the fact that they kept it for the 20th anniversary movie, even though shiny Butterfree isn't pink. And rivals like Gary and Paul that really challenge Ash. They're exciting to watch. We seem to be focused on the TV show at the moment, and fair enough, because the music, the intro for the Pokemon Journeys, the new Pokemon Journeys, is kind of a bop. You should listen to it. Go and check it out. Pokemon Journeys. The intro music is great. And actually, in Pokemon Journeys, they have a whole bunch of characters try and battle Lugia in the second episode, and they make the legendary Pokemon feel legendary. And feeling legendary, I love Mewtwo in Cerulean Cave. That final showdown, how can it not feel hyped? I also love Wooloo. I know some of these are just Pokemon, but Wooloo is not overhyped. I love the sound that the Reggies make when you did in the Pokemon Lucario movie. Again, just totally weird and fantastic. And speaking of the legendary Reggies, I love the Braille puzzles in the Hoenn region and how you had to go to the back of the guidebook to see the Braille alphabet. Like, what a cool little inclusion. And I love how the Reggies make Pyramid King Brandon feel like such a big threat in the animated series as well. Again, another really cool character that I look back at those episodes and I remember watching Ash lose like 4 different battles against that guy. I love at the beginning of Pokemon Sun and Moon when you pick up a Rowlet and it's just a ball in your hands and it's so cute. I love the Sinnoh Underground. Sinnoh Underground. Yeah, that was a Sonic Underground reference. I love how cute Chikorita is in the anime as well. Again, it just made some of those Pokemon have such great personalities in the older series that I really, really enjoy. Delta species Pokemon in the card game. Pokemon that have types that are wildly different to their regular types. Very cool. I gotta give mad props as well to the magical reinterpretations of Pokemon as done by Joshua Dunlop and RJ Palmer. I think they both are fantastic artists and their work is amazing. I love the theory about how Crawdon is mimicking what Sharpedo looks like with the star on its head and like the big open jaw as a kind of Batian mimicry kind of thing where it's copying another predator so that other creatures are scared of it and Sharpedo leaves it alone. I love when they take old beta sprites and turn them into new Pokemon even today. I think it's really cool that they do that. I love rumors that turn out to be totally false but were so fantastical when I was younger, like Deoxys getting to the moon and battling Deoxys at the end of 100 successful rocket launches. The battle against Red on Mount Silver is awesome. ... I love the first time you step onto Route 113 and there's ash falling from the sky. So atmospheric, and I think, again, Route 113 is probably one of my favorite routes in the whole Pokemon world. I like when I'm done playing a Pokemon adventure and imagining dropping off my Pokemon at the lab and just thinking about them as like they're my Pokemon still. I wouldn't just release them back into the wild like Ash does sometimes. In fact, I have a lot of fun organizing my Pokemon home account, and I love looking at all my teams and kind of remembering, oh, that was that team, and this was this team, and these are the Pokemon that I've caught. I love creating Fakemon. More to come and talk about this in the future. I got plans. I love the TCG art for the GX tag team trios with the legendary birds and the creation trio. They are two of the nicest Pokemon cards that are out there. I love flicking through and reading old Pokemon strategy guides and like magazines and stuff, and just reading the opinions of people at the time that these came out. Like shiny Pokemon were just called colored Pokemon. Oh no, these are often called shiny, but shiny was like a phantom, and you don't know these things unless you read the guidebooks. I love the evolutions that they introduced to classic Pokemon in Johto and Sinnoh, and I hope we see more in the future. And they did kind of do that with new regional evolutions, and I want to see more of that stuff. I love that Grookey is the same color as my original Game Boy Color, and that's probably why Grookey is my favorite of the new starters. I've mentioned this in a video before. Phoebe got me this one. It's a black and white DSi, and I just think it's beautiful. I love how Mimikyu finally trumped over Pikachu in the most popular Pokemon of the Year contest last year, or this year, or whatever it was. I love how legendary Volcarona feels at the bottom of the ruins of the desert in the Unova region, and they make it feel incredibly special because Volcarona is a cool Pokemon. And I love that they're doing a new Pokemon Snap, because I'll tell you the truth, despite my Pokemon Snap videos, I actually never got to play it as a kid. I had to play it when I was much older, but now I'm gonna get to play new Pokemon Snap as it comes out. I love how special Togepi feels, even today, with its magical egg that is the most iconic Pokemon egg outside of the generic one. And just like Togepi in the animated show was also really, really cute. And then they made it even cooler with Togekiss, who is a Pokemon that I like the design, despite how controversial I think people sometimes find it. I love the regular form of Xerneas. I won't lie, I don't like that it becomes the neutral mode, but the regular form of it is beautiful. I love the main Pokemon theme, and that how whenever I'm at a party, if the main Pokemon theme comes on, people tend to drag me into the room to have a dance and sing with them. But particularly, I love the Pokemon Master Quest theme. Like, I'm on a Master Quest, Pokemon! It's great. I love my original Stitch shirts. I love that they're allowing me to wear my love of Pokemon, and yes, okay, hashtag sponsored back then and now I guess gifted. And all the hashtags, I'll try to be... Anyway, I really like them. I love that I get to wear my love of Pokemon to work and to parties when they're next available, because we've been in lockdown. But you know, I now just get to wear them in videos and feel good. I really love Master Mysterio from Pokemon Battle Revolution, a fantastic game in my opinion. I know it's just a battle simulator with no story, but I really enjoy it. Rotom in the old chateau having the music, the same music as other legendary Pokemon of the region. Fantastic. Oh, I'm gonna speed this up because I'm taking way too much time. I'm so sorry. Just 24 more to go from the Pokemon. Actually, it's less than that. It's like 22, okay. There's a character called Birdkeeper Toby. He exists in Johto. It's where I get my name from, and I love that people tweet me every time they battle him. Like, hey, I've just faced Birdkeeper Toby. You have, and so far you have a 100% success rate against me. So well done, everyone. And I love that there's now a Bird Keeper card. I mean, come on, that's awesome. I need to stockpile like 100 of them and then like sign them and give them out to people. Final 20. I love that I met Ash Ketchum's voice actress. I cried, and there's a video about that story. I love when I see references to Pokemon in other media, because obviously I'm like, oh, I get that reference. See, just like that, you get that reference. That time that House mentioned Arceus. Weird, but I love it. I like Mantine surfing. I like how they made the Alola region feel really open with that. In fact, I just like Pokeride in general. Goodbye HMs. I'm kind of glad they're gone, and I think Pokeride is fantastic. I just wish that they could make Pokeride work with whatever Pokemon you've got in your party, or Soaring as well. That was also very good, but combine that in the same point. I love how Pokemon Black and White feel very, very isolated from the rest of the franchise with an entirely fresh roster of Pokemon. I like the old Pokemon trailers, and I remember watching a lot of them on VHS, whether it was advertising the card game or the new games or the next movie. Like the Unknown was supposedly more powerful than Lugia, even more mysterious than Mew. The Unknown, which is kind of underwhelming. I love in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon how we see an alternate world that Guzzlord has eaten up. I think that's very, very cool. I love looking at old boxed Pokemon products because it just makes me nostalgic and reminds me of all of the times I went on family trips for the weekend with my mum and dad to nearby towns and my pocket money would go on this kind of thing. I love that Shiny Garchomp is exactly the same as regular Garchomp, and then Mega Shiny Garchomp is bright pink. Just fantastic. I love Pokemon figures. I love, like, still, I'll sit on my bed and just, like, play with Pokemon figures, and it's just, I don't know, it's a lot of fun just sitting there and imagining my teams, and, you know, I remember playing with these as kids with 2B Master on, and very nostalgic for it. I love the Ancient Mew Pokemon card. Again, one of the coolest things out there. Did you have this card? I love community days in Pokemon Go, and actually just the whole launch of Pokemon Go in general, where everyone is out on their phone and you all know they're massive Pokemon nerds. I love Community Raid Hour on Twitch that we do every single Wednesday at 5 PM BST, and I'm gonna keep on doing them. If you're interested, my Twitch link is below. I really, really enjoy doing those. We're there every week and you like join in and we do some raids together. It's good fun. I like Shiny Gigalith. Probably my favorite shiny Pokemon. I love the character of Looker and how he looks like David Tennant's version of the Doctor, which is like my favorite version of the Doctor. And that Looker has been in pretty much every single generation, no, every generation since his inception, which hopefully means that he'll be in some future games this generation. I love the way that G-Max Pikachu harkens back to the original image of Pikachu, Chonky Chew. Pikachonk? One of them. I love the whole art from the animated series in the Whirl Islands with Baby Lugia and like there's like Dr. Namba and the Rage Crown and Butch and Cassidy. I love when you're playing through a game and you're on the first route and you catch that like 1% Pokemon, like getting a Rolt at the beginning of Hoenn or a Riolu at the beginning of Pokemon Black and White 2, and you get that super special Pokemon in your team and you're like, yeah, this is gonna be a good run through. I love my first Pokemon theory about the Crystal Onix and how all Onix are crystal on the inside, and that's why Mega Steelix looks the way that it does. Okay, future Birdkeeper Toby here. Just as I'm looking at the video as it's nearly done and we're getting towards the end, I'm realizing I'm too short. So here's two more things that since making and filming this video, I've discovered that I love about Pokemon. Number one, I love the way Pokemon look in Smash Bros. I actually think if they're going for a 3D look in the future and they want to keep on doing Pokemon in 3D, Smash Bros is the style to strive for. All the textures on the Pokemon, especially Incineroar, looks amazing, and this is how Pokemon should look on the console. I want to see more of this. And secondly, I really love how you can transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Go into Pokemon Let's Go, and hopefully in the future just straight to Pokemon Home. I love the idea of going into my garden, literally as you know, and it would have been cool when I was a kid if I had been able to go into my garden, catch a Pokemon, transfer it to my game and go on an adventure with it. I think that's like the most exciting thing. That's like being a real Pokemon trainer. And then last two, I love, I'll call this the bonus one. I love my new channel icon-y logo thing, and it's more than just that. It's a beckoning call. It's my bat symbol, my bird symbol, out to the internet. If you see this on Twitter or on Discord or on any of the other social media apps, this is me and this is where I'm at. And finally, 151, I love the Pokemon fandom. I love being part of it. I love this channel, and that this channel is part of it. I love that I get to spend my time in the comments and at Comic-Cons and events talking to you about Pokemon in the Discord server, talking to you about Pokemon on Twitch. I get to spend all my time talking to you about Pokemon. I love that I get to do that. I'm so grateful to you, the Pokemon fandom, for letting me have a voice and be here. And so thank you. I love this channel. I love being Birdkeeper Toby, and who Birdkeeper Toby is, it's not a Pokemon YouTuber. I guess technically I am, or a content creator or influencer, though I guess I technically am. First and foremost, the most important thing, I'm a Pokemon fan. And there are 151 things that I love about Pokemon. I'd love to hear at least 15 from you in the comments down below. Thank you, you've already given me more than enough of your time. I'll be back soon with regular videos. Thank you to the fantastic editor for editing this video. Seriously, cheers, mate. And with that being said, so hi, Pokemon Masters.
This is Ash Ketchum. You just watched a video by Birdkeeper Toby. That makes you a Pokemon Master.
A special thank you to those of you supporting this channel on Patreon, including the big patrons of the month, Nick Charles and Bugcatcher J. Thanks, heroes.